You're listening to Byte Club, a show about games, movies, and pop culture. G'day everyone, and this is episode 7 of the Byte Club. With me today is Silvio.
Hello.
Ethan. Hey. And myself. We actually did have planned for Adam and another friend of mine who was going to bring in a new view to the Byte Club. Unfortunately, we had some trouble with the dog, had to take him to the vet, blah blah blah, shit went down.
Had to be put down.
Yeah, no, the dog's all fine. So now this podcast...
$900 later and he just walks out.
Yeah, I know. God damn it.
At least he pooped on the floor.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's get to it, Silvio. How about this week in gaming? How have you been?
I've been very well, thank you. Been playing a little bit more of Darkest Dungeon and Stardew Valley, and I'm happy to say I have a more accurate description of what I think the games are. So starting with Stardew Valley, like I touched on before, it's almost like a farming sim, not quite full, so like, what do you call that Facebook farming game? Like
Farmville. Is that still a thing? I think old people still play it.
Dude, I still get red just to go on a slight tangent.
Old people play it.
I still get people like sending me requests to like join like Farmville or that weird crime city of gangs or whatever. The weird stuff through Facebook. And like there are these other ones like Sequest and all this crazy shit. But anyway, so it's not quite as simple as that. It's actually got proper seasons.
So you don't go farming and stuff?
Well, you do go farming, and you've got like seasonal crops, and they take time to grow, and depending on the crop.
See, from what I've
Wait, is this like real-time waiting?
No, there's a day in the game, and like an hour is a minute sort of thing.
That's not. I liked real-time waiting. That's great.
But during that, you also do other stuff. Like you've also got fishing. You can slay monsters. You can socialise.
Wait, stop. We've got to back up there a few seconds.
Slay monsters?
Yeah, like, because there's just, not to ruin it or anything, but this little mine you go into, it's like an abandoned mine. You can kill, like, giant bugs or, like, little slimes.
That's pretty cool.
Like, not like you're fucking slaying a dragon.
Because I was so good. He's like, the game, you're farming, you're fishing, slaying monsters. What?
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
A big thing is people they've been talking about, like, the village and the villagers.
Yes,
How is that different to other games?
Just going to touch on that. So, you've got your village, and there are about 20, 30 people, give or take, and you can become friends with nearly every one of them. And there are certain NPCs you can actually romance.
Okay.
And they can become either your wife.
Romancing is so popular right now.
So they're not like the boring NPCs that just give you a fetch quest or something.
There are fetch quests, but you can...
But
like you talk to them, you figure out their quirks, and you say, okay, they like this, so if you give them what they like, then it's great. And if you give it to them on their birthday, they love it. And there are special places, like if they like to go to, say, the mountain range, and you give them a certain item in the mountain range, they'll fall in love, or whatever it might be. But anyway, that's something I've not really quite explored. The only advantage I can think of is because if you do marry someone, then they make food and they water your crops for you, which does save you a lot of time.
So you're going to marry for convenience or for economical reasons?
Basically get a sort of slave.
You basically get a slave,
Okay.
Do you have to feed her?
Well, you don't have to really eat yourself.
So it makes sense to marry in this video game. Do they have like special stats, or everyone is just the same to marry?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I haven't really read up too much on it.
I'd definitely marry someone.
Oh yeah, well,
but it does take the view on polygamy?
A while to court.
Yeah, polygamy.
Yeah,
I imagine there is no polygamy in the game.
This game,
I'm sure there'll be a mod.
That's just polygamist.
Forcing the social standards.
That's the social norms being forced into this goddamn video game.
And but with regards to the village, like I'm not 100% on this, but based on the feel of what I've played, you can sort of choose to become like this super active, awesome center of the community, great community member, or you can sort of choose just to forget about all that stuff and
just
side with this. Yeah. Or you can do your own lonery shit, but you can also side with like this super mega corp that has a shop in the town.
And sell
and it's a GMO. It's just
you can sort of like sell out and buy
can you get GMO?
Town.
Can you get genetically modified plants and like be ahead of everyone else while still actually not making a health problem at all?
I wouldn't know about that, but
I like GMO. Sure.
GMO is great. I think there's a little bit of Yeah, well, let's not get too much
Okay,
into that. But
yeah.
there is, I'm a bit fortunate.
So you can't turn into a serial killer and kill the townspeople during the night or something?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay.
I mean, there's also like a small collection element, like, you find this interesting mineral, this relic, so
What's
you donate it to the
customization
library.
like? Like, can you change your character around?
Oh, you
your
can
house and
change
stuff?
your character appearance, and yes, there is actually a lot of customization in terms of the farm. So
Okay.
you got like this huge plot of land, and you can choose to upgrade your house in certain ways. You can choose to build like crane silos or chicken pens or all other manner of interesting things. So, and then when you get to the town level, I think there is also some customization there, but I'm maybe not that far into it.
Alright.
And yeah, so it's pretty good. Now, the second game I've been playing a little bit of is Darkest Dungeon. Sort of like I touched on last week, I'll give a much better description of
Better
it.
again.
Better again, yes. This is the week of improvement, Ethan.
Yeah.
We're going 1 up, and then we're
Wasn't
going
it
2
the
up.
National Bully Day a couple of days ago?
What?
Or yesterday?
The National Bully
How
Child
does that have to
Day.
do with anything?
Well, if it's the week of national improvement.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, so Darkest Dungeon. So I spoke a little bit about it, but what is it? So it's a 2D.
Man, you make that chair make noises.
Dude, this
squeaking.
thing needs to be oiled.
How do you even do
Right.
that?
But
Stop
anyway,
it.
I don't any movement. But anyway, so it's a 2D sort of dungeon crawler. Except what makes it interesting is it's side on in how it's 2D. So most 2D you
Like a
think either like
platformer sort of
top
thing.
down or isometric, but it's side on. Kind of like a platformer, except there is literally zero platforming. You walk
okay.
either in a flat room
sorry.
or you walk from a flat hallway
Okay,
and
yeah.
walk through a flat hallway. So that's literally all of it is.
Actually,
Yeah.
And that's
fair
like
enough
the
then.
dungeon crawling element. And then you've got like a small sort of build up your town, upgrading with resources you get from the dungeon crawl.
So
And
you've got a
dep-
town to maintain as well.
not quite maintain, but you just upgrade certain elements of the town that allow you to then upgrade your heroes, that allow you to do harder dungeons and, rinse and repeat till you get to the final boss or whatever.
Alright.
And it's got a very sort of strong sort of Lovecraftian feel of those whole sort of things that you can't really understand and
I knew you were
knowledge
gonna bring
that
up
drives you evil. Knowledge that makes you crazy and it's evil and all that stuff. I have a weak spot for all that kind of stuff. I think because
Yeah.
I find it very opposite to what I personally think. Because I personally think...
So you don't pray to Cthulhu in real life?
No, I personally think there is
Huh.
nothing humans can't know as long as they put time and effort to actually
That's what
finding
they
it out.
want you to think.
And so-
That's how they get in.
And so when we...
Sometimes you don't know the true depths of human stupidity.
oh,
That's
no.
something I feel we'll never truly fully grasp.
But anyway, so the idea that there are certain
Stupidity.
things that we physically
I don't think so.
can't know.
Okay, fine.
I just...
Oh,
it's-
can't know.
Yeah, that stuff
What do
sort
you
of
mean, like,
scares
it's
me to my
there, but
core.
you
Like
can't...
there's knowledge we physically can't compute. Like
that pisses me off in
it's
every
on
fucking
quote
show.
unquote too high a level.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
Cthulhu does well in his like whole horror thing. That's why I sort of like it because
H.P.
it's actually
Lovecraft, yeah.
it's sort of
But that's
whole lot
sexy.
to my own worldviews, and that's why it's so like truly horrific.
It's
to
just
me.
like, what's
Okay.
that other... what's that one with the needle head? Pinhead?
The Needlehead, Pinhead.
Pinhead. And their horror is like... You
Isn't that
cannot compute the horror of rock.
Oh, yeah, but that's more that they're
It's different.
torturing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But...
The weird torturing.
It,
That's a
it,
good
it
movie,
pisses
though, I
me
like
off
that.
when they're like, you can't understand or comprehend. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't know. I just really dislike
Yeah.
that.
No, I think we're in the same boat. But anyway,
It's a leaky boat.
so yeah, it takes place in hallways and rooms. There's groups of 4. There are several different classes. They've actually
Yeah.
updated to put 2 new classes within the last 2 months, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
And they've got a huge range of classes, party composition, quest types. And yeah, look, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not going to tell much about it other than the narration is absolutely awesome. They got like this perfect narrator for the game.
Yeah.
And
He's got
the
that
quest-
sexy voice.
Who's got that sort of old husky voice.
Yeah.
Sort of.
so like
and they,
from Bastion or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was
Not-
thinking.
not
Is
quite.
it that voice?
it's sort of like Bastion-ish, except it's a lot more sort of smoother and almost
I don't know, that voice is
imperial.
pretty...
Oh, okay. Sort of
Like-
James Earl Jones.
Sort
or
of like,
Darth Vader.
kind of. But anyway, you've got, once you've
Can you
listened
do
to it,
impersonation?
house opulent and imperial.
No, okay, so you can't do an
No,
impersonation.
of course I
You
can't
just
do
said
it.
it.
I
so-
like the way you said imperial. That was pretty sexy. Turned me on a little bit.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, but no, very good game, very good at voice acting.
Yeah.
Good.
How much is it on
missions.
Steam at the moment?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's probably around like $20 to $30. It's not an expensive
That's it's not
game.
a AAA game.
Check out G2A.
No,
maybe you might
it's
have
like an
some.
indie sort of thing.
Actually, I thought I saw someone Humble Bundle. Was it Stardew Valley on Humble Bundle? No, maybe
Dude,
that's just
probably.
me thinking.
Stardew Valley is only like $12.
Maybe I'm thinking.
Oh, 12, I thought it was like 90, maybe $12 on special.
I don't
Last I
know,
checked, it
it's-
was like $20.
I reckon you can
Yeah.
find it pretty cheap. It's below 50, which
Stardew
is
Valley
pretty
was
accessible.
only made by one person, was it?
So wait.
It-
Oh,
it
sorry.
was-
I just said
Stardew Valley
Stardew Valley,
was-
didn't I?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you
Sorry, we're
say-
talking about the Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah,
not-
that's
Yeah.
what I thought you.
My bad.
Dude, it's probably been on a Humble Bundle once or twice.
No,
It's been out for a little
I
while.
don't know what's on. But it's still in development, isn't it?
No, it's just been full release. It was recently in full development. Like a bit of disclosure, I did back the game a while ago.
Which one?
Darkest Dungeon.
Oh, okay.
And it's turned out to be a great investment. Like there are all these horror stories
How much
with
did you back it
regards to people that I think I put like maybe $40-50 in.
for? Oh, okay. That's
So
a fair
I
amount.
really liked it.
I don't pay
and
that much for a full game.
No, but yeah, it really appealed to me. I backed it. Turned out to be a good backing. So I'm
alright.
happy.
Yeah,
That's
you've
good.
gotten your money off, so that's why we're.
Oh yeah, I'll easily get 50
a
hours
success
plus.
story.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I'm
great.
backing.
There's also another group I did fund on Kickstarter. It was for a small thing called Sui Generis.
Never heard of
Sewage
that one.
Is that a sewage management game? It's the sort of thing I'd expect from you.
I wish.
Didn't you
No,
back
I
the prison
actually.
game? Didn't you back the prison?
Sorry,
game?
I also did
Prison
back
Architect.
Prison Architect.
Which is kind of
That
fun.
was pretty fun.
But
got
I
into
think
it.
my issue was I played too much of it
Exactly.
in development.
Well, that's what happens
That's one
to
of
me.
the
Like
biggest problems I have with
those
Yeah.
games,
development
like
games.
Prison Architect and the City one, which I just forgot its name of.
He's in cities.
City
City Skylines,
City
right?
Skylines, yeah.
Right.
That's a really good
Was that-
city one.
Did that even have an alpha or a beta?
Oh no,
Yeah.
I didn't like back them or anything. I bought them when they were on like Steam, right?
Yeah.
But the problem I found with those types of games, no problem. Sorry, the thing I do wrong or that I do with those types of games is I get them and then I play a shitload of them for like
Yeah.
I play like 20. I think I play like 15
but
hours
before they're
worth.
finished.
Like
No,
15 in a couple
even,
days.
Even when they're finished and it's like, and then I'm just dumped because it's like I'm like, well, what can I do? I'm going to build a good looking city and it's a good city.
And it was a
Yeah.
good city.
And then it's like, what do you do? Build a bigger city. Build a bigger city.
Yeah.
And I completely respect you if you want to do that, but for me, it's like I keep building. I'm good, and I'm done.
Because I
Same
think it
with Prison
also
Architect,
like
I felt.
leans sort of like what the player, like the reason for playing is like if it's just like this mindless unwind. Then
It's
games
fun,
like that are
it's
great.
fun.
Like they're awesome. And to be fair, they're not quite mindless.
But I
Like there is a
prefer
bit of thinking that
different
goes
games.
into
Like
it.
I prefer playing things like Faster Than Light.
The
if I'm
things
gonna do that.
yeah,
that's my
FTLs, I
Well,
quite
there's
like that.
FTL, yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
there's an objective. That's the thing. While these games, yeah, sure, there's an objective.
But
it's
yeah,
the
but
same
it's the
objective
same
every time.
objective
Yeah.
literally the entire way, which is build it bigger and better, and which is completely
But it's
fine.
the same with FTL.
Because that's sort of like what Stardew Valley is for me at the moment.
Just
Like
a
I'm sure
wind-down
there's
game.
a lot more into it, but it's just a nice little wind game,
Yeah.
wind down game.
Well,
we just play for an hour or two, do a couple things, and it's great.
It sounds like I'm hating on it, but I really do enjoy these games. But
Yeah.
I just find I get about, honestly, I think for both of them, I got like roughly like 15-ish hours, and I'm done.
Which isn't bad.
Yeah,
for a
I
game.
probably could go back every now and then and get like another 2-3 hours, and I'll be done. I think I think like Prison Architect
Yeah.
had less because I was playing it before it was fully finished, and
yeah.
Which is
certain
always
things-
a problem, I think.
certain things aren't done. But it's like you're unlocking things, and then you're building everything, and then everything looks beautiful, and you build everything high tech, and now it's like, now what do I do? And it's like, make more, and I'm like, oh, they built it high tech. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
City Skylines was a bit more challenging. That was pretty fun. I think
it was a really good city building game. It
Paradox
just, I don't think
has
you're
been on
into
the
city
ball
building
lately.
games.
Paradox on the ball.
Is it?
Apparently, there's also this new Stellaris game they're making. I've not
A
read up
space
much
game?
on that.
Or-
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I think one or two people have made some sort of test footage of it on YouTube, just playing a game or two.
Oh,
of
yeah.
it. So I'll have to look into that next week for the next podcast.
To city building games, space games, or I don't know. I really enjoy them.
Grand
Actually, that's
strategy.
what I was
Oh,
going
yeah.
to talk to you. So
Mhm.
you're playing Star. Of course, the dog's fine now. You can hear him goddamn barking. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That dog.
now there was another game that you're playing, and I'm pretty sure I haven't gone to it. 'cause
Well,
it
there
just
was
didn't look
Rome
like there was
2.
enough.
I've
No,
started
no. Playing a little while ago, that was like in alpha or something like that, or pre.
I think it was RimWorld.
You play a lot of games, man.
No.
Different games.
It was a village builder.
Dwarf Fortress?
Nope. The other one, the village one. It kind of looked villagey, tribal-ish, sort of villagey building.
You'll have to be a bit more descriptive.
Tribal-ish
I'm afraid.
village building.
This is
Yeah,
like
but what do you
those
mean?
are the only
Fuck.
games place. Was it Village?
Remember what we talked about? We looked at it, we're like, oh, we should like do a recording of that, but we never did.
Well,
It
I
was
know
like
there was
6 months, 7
no
months
idea.
ago you were playing it.
There was.
You just said there wasn't much there. It was the same sort of thing.
Oh, I'm just trying to think. There's that other one.
Like medieval-ish or maybe before.
There was that
stuff.
Village Builder one. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, now you
Please
know.
describe it more to me, and I'm sure it'll click.
You start off with just an empty, like,
You couldn't.
countryside, and you build a little village.
Yeah,
and
you
you
weren't killing
you
or doing
control
anything.
them.
You're just literally building.
I
a
literally
village.
think
Was
it
it
was called
King of
Village.
Dragon Pass?
Hell no, that sounds like a
No.
cool name.
I think it was just like called Village something.
Oof.
You had like 20 settlers or something.
I'm gonna
You
kill
didn't
that
think
guy.
it was very good. You played like twice. I don't know. It was like 2 years ago. I don't know why you
No,
bring
it
this
wasn't.
up. Yeah, it was
I
like
just
a year
remember-
ago.
2 years, 6 months.
There's just so many like village builders coming out. I
dude,
hope
there
one's
is
good.
quite a few. Oh no, I think there will be some. good
Well,
ones.
yeah, the Stardew looks pretty good.
Because
Stardew.
it's made by Chuckle, or it's in association or made by Chucklefish Studios, with, for those who may or may not know, is associated with Starbound, I think.
Wait, is that the game that still hasn't come out?
Like it's that you remember
The Space
Terraria, right?
Explorer. Oh,
Yeah.
Terraria.
And there was that one sort of made same like Terraria except in space and you go to different planets or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was Starbound. Anyway, it's just, yeah, those people are associated with it.
Okay.
What's happening with that Starbound game, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, like you said, it's been in development for almost way too long.
Is that the one where you go to different planets and you explore?
Yeah, and you like do
Wait,
the whole
Star
Terraria
Citizen?
sort of shit.
Is that the one I'm
No,
thinking
no,
of?
Star Citizen's completely different. Like,
Isn't
this-
that the one that's been in development for like too long? Or they keep selling
that's the
like,
one that got like the largest ever Kickstarter or something.
but they
I've
keep
seen
selling
like
fucking
that.
like ships
For
for
like,
it, like
thousands of, like hundreds and
for
thousands
an
of
unfinished
dollars.
game. Well,
Yeah.
like, I just can't get that.
And don't get me wrong, some of the ships they put a lot of detail in.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's the point of having these pretty ships you can walk around in a hangar if you don't like have a proper space game?
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Anyway, otherwise it's like a virtual space showroom sort of thing. But anyway, who knows? We could just be hating and it could turn out to be the best
Alright.
game. And
No, it's
I
fucking stupid.
genuinely hope it turns into a great game.
No, I don't care if it turns into a great game. It's the stupid thing to do.
But regardless of, yeah,
It's stupid to
Like
bring
the-
out like packs and it's stupid that people buy them. Okay.
because the people who would buy those really expensive ships are probably the same people that have backed it with an obscene amount of money.
That's thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
It's just like no, I don't know. That's the Star Citizen thing. I'm waiting for that to just.
It's gonna be bad if it pop. If
for
it
people
crashes
like
down.
Twitch stream and everything like that.
Yeah. But anyway,
I don't know. So yeah, that's been your gaming week.
that's been my
Yeah.
game week. I also played a little bit of Rome Total War 2, but nothing to write home about. Like I literally played like 5 minutes.
are
of
you
it.
enjoying it or?
Well, I've literally played like a couple of minutes of it.
What
so,
did you achieve in that 5 minutes?
I defeated the Etruscan League as Rome.
Oh well, that's easy.
Well, yeah, it's
Rome
literally
2 is like literally the reason I'm never pre-ordering a game or getting a game without
Yeah.
unless there's like actual reviews.
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
users.
That game killed everything. For me.
Review embargoes are some things I don't like.
Something I'll just ignore. Because a lot of the reviews before it came out for Rome 2 were really good because the first like
Wait, what
half
sort
an
of
hour they
review?
let people play was good.
Yeah.
What
And
sort of
after
a
that,
review embargo?
Like how there are
Like, do they give it out on purpose to people and then say you're not allowed to bring out a review till a certain date?
sort of,
Or-
and they just don't let people sort of like review the content until after it's been released.
I can sort
Like
of
even if
understand
people
that
like
for
done
movies.
pre-ordering and all that stuff.
Well,
okay.
it depends. It's like, I don't know, if you're giving out your game enough that people can play it, you should be careful. Like, people are gonna put it
yeah, like,
out there.
I know there are some games where they let like famous YouTubers
But
or
they
whatever
say it's just
play
to
it,
avoid spoilers and
and
stuff.
then they
Yeah, but they
get
can
them
say
to sort of,
that.
like
but if
hype
the
it up,
game's
but then they
shit-
don't let them say anything about the game other than their own personal impressions.
No,
which is
see, I don't
skewed
agree with
by the
that.
fact that they've paid for them to come in
Yeah.
and do all that stuff.
I think if you're gonna have like, it's fine to ask. Okay, it's fine to like put out your game to some reviewers and say can you not put out a review for it? But here's the game, of course, ahead of time because you need to put out a review.
Have
don't
something
put out-
written up. Don't post it until
but don't post it until a certain day. I
Yeah.
can understand that. But for saying, here's a selection of people who can do it, you're only allowed to say good things.
I don't know if they said that.
They do.
Oh.
It's like sort of I'm sure it's an official, unofficial sort of thing.
If you're gonna like give it to someone to review, you have to let them review it. You can't give it to someone and then like say, oh, you're only allowed to say good things, otherwise blah blah blah. Or if you're putting out there, you should like I don't know, the people who are like, we put it out there, then it we just gave it to a few people and it went everywhere. Like, fucking be careful. Like, what are you doing? This isn't. I don't know.
Yeah, but
what do you think was gonna happen?
anyway, so stuff you got to be a bit careful for.
Yeah. So have you played any games this week, Joe?
On to you,
I
Jared.
thought we'd move on to Ethan first. 'Cause I was going to
okay.
talk more about the
Screw you,
news.
Jared. Well, listening to Ethan.
I've been very
Yeah.
busy. I made a standing desk.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, Jared.
Thank you.
He crafted it from an old 50-year-old oak.
It was a pallet
Yeah.
box, yeah.
Okay.
A pallet box and a couple of Jenga bricks.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive actually.
It's very budget, but it's brutally efficient.
It's beautiful. It's my little baby. Yeah, so that took me a few hours. Yeah.
Ugly
What?
baby.
Part of it's on the perspex, but the other part isn't, so it's not perfectly level.
Oh, it's okay because I can tilt the screen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
There you go.
Yeah, so I built that instead of playing video games for my Saturday. And then this morning I had stuff going on. I've even downloaded a game. I was thinking of 2 games, but I think I'm going to go for the second one that I've most recently downloaded. I was going to play the Talos Principle.
Very good game, I hear.
Yep, or I'm just being told, everyone's telling me it's really good. Or I was going to play Metro Last Light.
Very good game.
Oh, yes,
Like that.
yes.
Because I played
It's
Metro
short, but it's pretty
2033, yeah.
Yeah, Metro 2033. I didn't enjoy
Metro
it.
2033 is like, we're almost there, but we're not quite. Like,
Yeah.
I heard someone talking about
The
it
game
recently,
mechanics were pretty
actually.
bad.
In a podcast I was listening to, they were talking about Metro 20. They were like, you know what it feels like? They're like, yeah, it kind of feels like the Metro 2033 level where they really want to do a lot. They have a lot of knowledge and stuff like that, but their team or whatever they're doing just isn't big enough to pull it off
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
And that's what
Technically,
2033 was.
Did you play that?
Metro 33, of course.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot of game, there was a lot of story, there was a lot of lore, but the game mechanics just weren't there yet.
I was a bit
It was
weird, like
very
when you're
clunky
trying
and
to
stuff.
sneak on the surface and like there are
Yeah.
the things and you sneak
Oh my
one
God, I
way,
got
they don't
stuck in that
see
game,
you,
like,
and then
twice.
half the times you sneak exactly the same way and
Yeah.
they'll see you. I just
Yeah.
Last Light, on the other hand, was I felt it's like it's got great story, it plays really well.
I gotta play Last Light.
It's pretty good.
I've got it, but I've not played it
Oh,
Uh,
why haven't you played it?
because I have all these games, but I
It's
yeah.
short.
I'll
It's like
probably
15 hours maybe a bit less.
I'll probably
So it's
play.
not
I'll
that
probably
short.
play a few hours of Last Light today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I downloaded Last Light because I really wanted to play it, and I've just not had the time, which is unfortunate. I played a little bit of CS:GO with my mates. We're setting up actually a stream. This is actually a thing associated with Byte Club. What it'll be is basically whenever I'm just streaming with my mates,
Yeah.
I'll just be streaming underneath Byte Club, and this is gonna be called Pleb Talk
Yeah.
because basically.
Pleb Talk 01.
Oh yeah, because basically we're just shit talking or just talking about stuff as
Mostly-
we play CS:GOs, and it's really funny because it'll normally be me. I know I'm bad at CS:GO, but not doing horrible at just a deathmatch. It's just deathmatch. We're not
Yeah.
serious. And then there's Adam who's just crying because he's doing poorly.
Mostly
That's
it's these
so funny.
guys just yelling at each other to be better.
Yeah.
And then that's always fun.
So
Yeah.
we're actually setting that up. So definitely keep the eye out for that. Hopefully I'll actually get the Twitch set up and everything today. That'd be great. And hopefully we'll be able to do a few of those this week. But yeah, that's been my thing. I have a few things of gaming news, but we might move to Ethan if you've played anything new.
I haven't played anything new, but a game I've been following came out of alpha.
Yeah.
So that's first.
Ooh.
It's called Sheltered.
Do tell.
I started following it a few months ago. It was just when they announced that Fallout was coming out, the Fallout 4, and they said, we're going to have a free Fallout Shelter game.
Oh.
But I wasn't into mobile gaming, so I wanted it on my computer. They didn't do that, so I was looking around Steam for a game like that, and that's sort of what Sheltered is. It's like it's you and your family. The apocalypse has happened, and you've gone into your shelter, and basically, it's just a shelter management. You build, you fix stuff, You go out and explore, you get raided and stuff. I haven't played it yet. I'm planning to buy it today. I think it's like 20%
do you move
off
like
at the
shelter
moment.
to shelter or?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't played it yet. But I'm just waiting for there to be more reviews. Like I said, I don't like to just buy things.
No, that's
even though it's
fair
although I'll probably get it because it's only like $10. I didn't want to buy it before it was fully out.
No, it's good to have that principle.
Yeah,
so.
but I think it looks pretty good at the moment. Most people say it's alright. But yeah. That's about it.
For a second then, I thought you were talking about
Shelter.
a game we actually know someone who's making it, but it's alright.
No, I don't know.
It was close, actually. It's all good.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
very good to hear, though. Is
Well,
there anything else you've been playing or?
No, well, like I said, I haven't been playing any games.
Do the video game news!
On to Jared
Yeah, sorry, no, just
with the 9 o'clock video game.
even though I haven't been able to play many games because I've just been out, I was like looking on my tablet during lectures and stuff like. Well, not during, in between lectures. Actually, that was a very boring lecture. Anyway, and
Jeez.
I saw a few news articles that are quite interesting. So a few things. Let's start with the lighter ones. So VR. Should we start with that one, or should we do the Jim
This
Sterling
is something
one?
you know a lot about, but Silvio and I don't really follow.
Actually, I
the-
think we were
smallest
debating that one too
Yeah.
much though before.
Yeah, because
So that one seemed to be the bigger topic.
Okay.
Let's do the easy one.
Yeah.
Australia one.
Australia?
The Vic News, the Vic one. Police commissioner was like, it's the Grand Theft Auto generation that they're stealing cars, a lot more is happening. And so, as you can tell, an old dude started talking about how video games are evil, essentially,
But was
and
he really
using it
talking
for an...
about how
Because
they
you're the
were
only
evil?
one who's actually
Oh,
read
I know,
the
Or did he
article.
just merely like refer to us as the Grand Theft Auto
He
generation?
referred to it as the Grand Theft Auto generation
I
and
can
sort of started talking.
kind of.
I know,
Yeah.
but it was just a fucking stupid choice of wording.
Yeah.
And then when you look it up, you find out, like, vehicle theft's gone up, but overall, like, actual
Most
crime's gone down. So
Yeah.
they're just trying to pump up that there's a bigger problem than there is.
And
And then you look at it again, and they say, so even though vehicle theft's gone up, the amount of people who are actually committing the thefts have gone down
Yeah.
because most of them, it's the repeat offenders.
the
Which-
recidivism has
Which,
gone
when you actually look at... Can you stop moving in your fucking chair, dude? Which, if you look at it,
up. Wow.
it keeps squeaking, seriously. Well, if you look at it, it's actually the, it's the repeat offenders, so it's the system that they've put in place isn't working. So, catching them won't do shit if you're not fixing the problem, like, in the end.
Yeah.
That's it. So, yeah, that was someone just bringing up video games for absolutely no reason, probably just to get the spotlight off them.
Well, they are the Grand Theft
failing.
Auto generation.
Just to get the spotlight off them failing. And there was a bit of talk about video games, but it was very light. It just was...
Video games are evil.
It was mainly just, you know, what do we say when we're in trouble? Blame it on something, video games, because we can't have people looking at what the actual problem
Can't
is.
blame it on TV anymore because no one watches it.
Yeah, I know. Well, maybe it's a
Yeah.
Netflix generation.
That's
No?
true.
Netflix and chill is pretty evil.
That was pretty fucking evil. But no, that was that one. And then we got on to this Jim Sterling one.
That's
Now-
the big one.
Not a huge fan of Jim Sterling, but, you know, let's...
I don't think I've ever watched.
No,
any
I'm
of
just
his
what I'm saying. I'm
videos.
not really that interested, but
Is he on the same channel as Yahtzee is? That
no,
fully... Oh, okay. Different one.
different guy.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of that other guy who's complete shit. I always thought
Oh,
that
I
other
know.
guy was shit too.
I don't know who you're talking about now.
I'm not
the
too-
cinema one.
Cinema snob.
No, Cinema Snob's fine.
Yeah, no, I like
But
it.
anyway, so short story is that he apparently reviewed the games or did something. He did what a lot of people do is they bring up a video game and they play it and they say it's shit. And then this guy's like trying to sue him for defamation and all this
I
stuff
think
and loss of
during-
money.
Oh, I read about that.
Yeah,
haven't seen
yeah.
the-
And he wants to sue him like 100 million.
I thought it was 10
No,
million.
Oh,
yeah,
10
no,
million?
it's some
It's,
ridiculous.
Okay.
I think it's 100 million.
Could
and
be 100.
I don't think
Yeah.
it was 100. I think it was like 11. But yeah, it's some ridiculous amount. It's like 4 million for the amount of damage,
Because-
economic damage he's
but
done.
you know what's
and it's 6
interesting?
million for the
What he was-
emotional damage.
What he was saying was that this like creator or the group, what they bring out like half-made just crap games.
Yeah, and it felt
they're
like
just trying to
they
make
stolen
money.
it from other groups as well.
Yeah.
Like the idea. And
So
stuff.
he's gone all mad, and apparently though this guy who's trying to sue him has a history of being a little bitch and doing lots of
Well,
stuff like
apparently they're
this.
self-representing themselves in court.
That's
as
never
well.
a good sign.
How, you reckon? You know much about the court system?
I'm just saying, it doesn't sound like a very good sign.
Okay. I'm just saying, it was just a weird thing that put out.
You know, it doesn't. I mean, how many large groups do you ever hear about them representing themselves? Unless they're lawyers.
Like, you know who represents himself? Crazy people.
Yeah,
That's-
crazy
Like, there was
people.
that
And people in America who
Uber
can't
killer
afford lawyers.
who's representing himself.
Yeah.
Because apparently he was mind controlled by Uber,
Uber
and
told
Satan.
him to do it.
Uber, as
What?
Satan, told you. Sorry to go on a bit of a
No, this sounds
tangent,
good. I like this
But
one.
so
Yeah.
you remember how there was that news article about
Yeah,
the Uber,
Uber
driver
killer.
who, in between Uber drives, would like go on a small shooting spree, pick someone up, drop them
I like
off,
the
go
way
on
you said
another.
that. It's just so
small-
casual.
Yeah.
You know how it is. Go for Uber, small shooting spree. It all just runs together.
You know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Get some Subway. Gotta watch that diet.
yeah. But anyway, so he was arrested and blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah, and there was an article about how he's gonna.
Okay, I won't do that.
Yeah, you fucking told me off on my.
Yeah, I know, I
speaking
wanted
chair.
to just wait till he
are
went off
both
at me.
just terrible.
Yeah.
Taking off my shoes so I don't do that.
Oh, my shoes are already off. In fact, my pants are already off.
Oh.
I really wish you hadn't taken them
Okay,
off,
so go on
actually.
about the Uber thing. 'cause we
But
got-
anyway, not to get off topic, and
No,
not
it's
playing
good.
like strip show
No,
here.
it's good. Just go to Uber.
Okay.
Go.
So anyway, he's representing himself in court, and one of
Mm-hmm.
or he's going to, I should say, and one of they have like statements from him, and he's said stuff along the lines on. Oh, sorry, no, he's been charged with the crime. I think he's suing Uber and he's representing himself. Sorry, I think is what's going on.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because
his big defense
he's blaming
is, yeah.
Uber because they mind controlled him and he was hearing the devil telling him to
Uber
do things.
told him to
Because
do it.
they don't respect their drivers, they treat them like shit, and that's why he's suing.
But
Like-
he could have just left that group. But,
Yeah,
okay, he's crazy.
He's crazy. Like that's his main reason. Like I don't think
Are
there's
they
really
actually
any logic.
like? Does that go to court, or did he just want to sue them and like the court was
Oh,
like?
look, it probably
no.
will go to
No.
court, but it'll go to like the
You're
first
saying
layer
we
of
want to
court.
sue them
Yeah.
because the devil told you to, and that's
Yeah.
Uber. So maybe we won't even bother with like.
Yeah,
sending
it won't
this
get
through.
past like the first layer. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure how the judiciary system works in America, but I
Yeah.
don't think
I
it'll
don't
get
even
past
know how
the
it works
first
here.
stage. So
Okay.
yeah.
So that sounds pretty funny.
But anyway, the
And,
moral of the story is, as a rule of thumb,
Don't sue
people
Uber.
who represent
Uber drivers.
themselves generally aren't quite good at the whole. Sorry,
Yeah.
don't quite have a solid case.
Well said.
Maybe.
Well said.
Or they
Yeah.
can't
They're not quite good.
Not quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I reckon if you're having a video game out there, you gotta understand how to take fucking
It
criticism.
was like that same thing with the PewDiePie and Bear guy.
Oh yeah, but he didn't sue. He
Yeah,
was just sad
sort of
he
like
took
how
the game down.
PewDiePie
Bear guy?
reviewed that Bear Simulator, kind of like Ghost Simulator, except
Oh,
with Bear.
Yeah.
See, I respected him for that because I saw that video. Like,
Yeah, and he's just like, yeah,
this
and,
is fucking shit.
It's
And-
a stupid game.
No,
Yeah,
I
and the other guy
it
was,
was a
like,
cheap
I want to
little
quit
game.
and blah blah blah.
I thought
and
that
Pewdie's
game
just like,
looked
grow the
like
fuck up.
Apparently, it
Yeah.
still made a lot of.
yeah,
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 dude,
they had like
any-
100,000.
Yeah, any press
Did
is
you see
good
that?
press.
Yeah.
No, no,
so,
no.
if
That
it-
game,
if it's
that's
from
what he was
PewDiePie.
like mad about. Like I actually saw that because I was like, oh, Bear Simulator, what the fuck's this? And I click into it and it's PewDiePie. I'm like, okay, and PewDiePie's like, this game is fucking terrible. This is a shit game. There's nothing to do. He was like, it's not fun. I thought I'd be able to get something stupid and fun out of it. It's not even that dumb,
Yeah.
like fun. And I was looking at it on. Sorry, it honestly looked like crap. You can download free games like that off Game Jolt any day. Sorry, I keep burping. Free games like
damn
that, I know, right? Of Game Jolt any freaking day you want. Like, far better than that. It just was pathetic. And then he goes on to the freaking, what's the page called? The page where you get funded?
GoFundMe,
No, it's the other
Indiegogo,
one. Kickstarter page.
Kickstarter.
And it had like 100,000 was
Yeah.
put towards it. It was probably... And he was like, how the fuck did this get 100,000? And I totally was like, I totally agree. Like, I was really happy he was pointing that out.
But I
because
thought
he was...
You know what's
I thought they
interesting,
sold
though?
quite a few copies. So
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. 100,000 people had backed it, so they
Yeah.
get copies. I don't know how many copies it... Here's the thing with Simulator. Now people are just doing anything and calling it Simulator.
yeah,
Go watch your
And-
father simulator another
There-
week.
which is completely different to like
There's
what
three...
is it?
I reckon,
Goat Simulator,
as I said,
which
there's
was
like,
actually a joke.
there's a few different types of like
Or like
simulator
$10
things. There's like
rip
proper
off.
simulators.
like the old school flight simulators.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
Yeah.
like there's proper actual
People
simulators
put a
where
lot
it
of effort
simulates
into
them.
that.
the Euro Truck Simulator,
And then
but that's a
there's shit-
different sort
Yeah,
of.
Then there's
That's a
fake
different
simulators.
one. Like the bird simulator,
And then
where
there's
you will
cash in
bird.
crap like this.
Yeah,
And this is cash in crap. And so what happened to that guy? Because I didn't hear about it.
Oh, so pretty
I
much.
thought he just took the game down.
I'm not 100%.
'cause it
Maybe he took
sucked.
the game. The last I heard. Yeah, so PewDiePie reviewed the game or did a video on it. Wasn't the biggest fan, and he's made like this Twitter rant, and then he pretty much is like, oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna develop the games. I'm not gonna update or patch the game anymore. That's it.
What
It's
a
done.
fucking pathetic
Yeah, and
developer. Like that's
there was a YouTuber I
someone's
was
giving some
listening
like
to.
legit criticism.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fix my games anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck off. That's
Yeah.
so pathetic.
Like the YouTube, I think he goes by the name of Review Tech USA or something. Anyway,
Linus?
I can't. It was just like a random video that popped up that I clicked on
Isn't
for
that
whatever
Linus
reason.
Tech?
Linus
No?
Tech USA, perhaps.
Or is that
I don't
someone
know.
else?
Maybe I just watched the one video. I'm not too
I'm
sure.
googling it.
But anyway, that's not important. I just want to give credit where credit's due because this is his opinion, not mine. He said that, yeah, sure, this big famous YouTuber gave you a bad review, but you've got to consider you've sold a lot of copies of the game on Steam. You've got a huge backing on Kickstarter. The people that originally wanted that game knew what they were getting, and they were happy enough with the product to abandon the people that backed that product just because someone else who wasn't involved in it said that they didn't like it. Who gives a shit? The people have paid for it.
Yeah.
You should
That's
support the
pathetic.
people who've actually backed you instead of just like abandoning them just because this big famous person.
And you'd
didn't like
expect
your game.
after PewDiePie reviewed it that you'd get more sales.
Yeah, and anyway,
even if
agree.
he said it was shit.
Totally agree with him. And you know the thing, I don't think PewDiePie is at blame here.
Yeah, no, he was just doing what he does. Like it's no different to anybody else giving their opinion on the matter.
He does.
It's not like he maliciously said this game is shit.
Yeah, he didn't go out of his
He
way.
didn't try anything to spite the Rob. He just gave his honest opinion.
Lots of games have received huge boosts because of him.
Yeah.
Like
For good or for bad. Press.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, if you put your game out there, if you charge people for your game, and then you put it out there and it's crap, and someone else comes along and says, this game is shit, and then you lose your crap about, no, fuck you. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's your fault that you put out something that's half-hearted. And especially when you know it's half, like, he's like, I'm just not going to update or fix any of these problems. Well, you fucking
Banished.
Banished
is the game.
That's that game we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that Village one. Yeah, okay.
That was oh yeah, and there's the Sony VR that we're talking about.
Yes,
So I feel like this is a little topic that I don't know. I every week we've been talking a little bit about VR. It's very exciting. We are on the verge, and I said this before, but we are there.
We're
And
almost
every
at the
week-
singularity.
Every week we
coming.
get
Star Trek holodeck
Next year I'm
soon.
going to download my
No,
consciousness into
we-
the singularity.
we get a
I
new
hope so.
update on this every
I hope
goddamn
I
week,
never
and
die.
it's so exciting because we have so many of these different companies doing it. So. Let's see. So we know that Oculus put out its announcement a
The
while
Oculus
ago
Rift. Yes, that was.
for its commercial release. Can't remember when that is or whatever. And I know Sony's and then I know HTC's VR.
HTC, I've heard
They
something.
came out a month later after that one, I think. And with their notice when they're coming out, I think that's in a few months, aren't they? Near the end of the year, perhaps.
I'm not too familiar with the release dates. But
And then this week I suddenly see Sony is like, hey, here's the retail price and we're coming out in like 2 months, a month. I don't know, it's really soon. This is like So yeah, Sony's one I think in Australia, Australian dollaroos.
Dollaroos.
It's gonna be like $600, which
Yeah.
is a little bit worrying because it's a few $100 less than like the closest one to them. And I have out of all of the VR headsets, that's the one I see the least about. But just going off what it looks like without actually knowing how it runs or how it feels and everything else like that, which really is the big decider for me. But just going off what it looks like shit. It looks more like a gimmicky toy, but
So, well, that's my thought about the whole VR thing, though.
But no, you're wrong. But-
Look, maybe I am. But
It might have reached the level where it's not just a gimmick.
Sony can do good stuff though, and it's not like they haven't made screens and everything like that before. And again, the problem is I really haven't seen anything for the Sony stuff. I haven't seen any reviews on what people are saying about how the Sony's VR runs or
It doesn't
anything.
look that great style.
It looks style aesthetic wise, it looks like crap.
the aesthetics.
It's not crap, but the headband. Just
It's
doesn't
got
look
like a
great.
headband that goes over the top, doesn't it?
Yeah,
How
it
am I
goes all
gonna
the way.
wear that? It's you'll be fine. You got like no hair.
Hey, that's not true. I have a running manes down to my testicles. Like I have got hair that is
So it's
longer
just
than Rapunzel's.
Yeah, but not on your head.
No,
That's the problem.
Oh,
But yeah, I
dear.
haven't seen much about it. But then I saw the retail price. I'm a little bit worried. I don't know. It looks like I don't know. It's exciting. I'm very excited. I'm pretty sure isn't Wii or isn't Nintendo going to bring out
I
some
don't
games?
think maybe
or
this
stuff?
generation I'd bother buying into, but maybe the next one.
Because yeah, see,
No,
the
no, I
only
think you're
issue
wrong. Like,
I
I
have.
don't know. Yeah.
See, I don't know. I feel like hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe I feel as though it's going to be a little bit of a gimmick. Like the idea of having it sort of set up, like you'll need a big open space.
But why?
Why?
I don't get why you need a big open
Because
space.
if you're standing,
you don't have
Yeah.
to stand to do it. I mean, it could just be into the TV. You have it hooked up into your VR system.
See, I don't get
You
why.
still could
Why
sit
do you
and
need a
use the
big open
controller.
space?
I don't know, because maybe when I think of VR, I think of almost
You're
like
thinking
Are you
like
thinking
the
that you
sort
turn
of stuff.
360 around? Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
that's
thinking
don't
of like a
need to.
holodeck from Star Trek.
You're
It's
still-
not that.
Imagine you just have your computer screen in your face and
instead
you're
of
still
your
using,
monitor, you've just got like
yeah,
this
and
little
you're still
VR
using
headset.
your
I mean,
mouse
you could
and
just
keyboard.
watch. You could watch TV. And
But
movies
imagine
on
you're
it,
still
stuff
using
like
and you're
that.
using a mouse to keyboard to still look around.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
that's
without the
how you're
screen.
gonna imagine it. That's how it kind
Maybe.
of plays. And I think that's gonna be damn exciting.
I wonder
Yeah.
what issues it will have with the eyes. I wonder.
Neck strain.
I don't know. The thing
Back
is, a lot of
strain.
them say different things too. Some
Yeah.
people say my eyes didn't work for this, or I had problems
Can
with
you
this
use
one,
them
but
with
this
glasses?
It's all iffy.
Because
I
hate
don't know.
using 3D cinemas with glasses.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
I mean, that's something that comes down the track. That's why maybe second gen is where it's.
Well,
at.
I hope it's smart enough they can adjust for your type of eyes.
Yeah.
That's
true.
better than wearing glasses.
Actually, now I'm thinking about it because it's so up close. I probably wouldn't need my
You
glasses.
probably wouldn't, but it would be good if they could adjust it for people who do need glasses.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, someone who needs that, but if they could have it so that you could get an insert into it, or it just automatically, you can focus it to your eyesight thing.
Because you know the
I
way
don't know how it quite
things
works, so-
seem to be going is things seem
Sex
to be
toys.
moving closer and
Yep.
closer to your head. Eventually, they're just going to implant the screen directly into your eyes.
Dude, they should. That's fucking awesome. I'd totally to take that.
Just like the ocular, like
Oculus
do sex
implant.
style. You just
Yeah.
got like
Yeah.
sunglasses
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
When's that game coming out, actually?
Didn't
think
they
I'd
get
move
delayed
back.
again?
See, I don't mind that they get delayed so long as
Yeah.
they take their time, they work on it. Because I know Uncharted,
That
the
got
next
delayed
one was
again,
delayed,
didn't it?
but apparently this, because my missus is a big fan of that, she was saying the reason it got delayed is not necessarily because they want to add or develop the game, but they want to work on the multiplayer. Which I thought was a bit iffy, like out of all the reasons.
Some games.
Because when you think of
don't need
Uncharted, you don't
multiplayer.
really think of like a multiplayer.
But-
you know?
Yeah. I know why they put the multiplayer in.
You-
I mean, it increases
You know the problem?
the length of the game, basically. Like, how long you play in the game.
If it comes out though and it's still shit, you're gonna be like, why did you spend time on the multiplayer? Like that's
Yeah.
why I hate games that aren't built for multiplayer. But they normally they get another company in if it's like a smaller thing, or they get another company, spend all this money and resources on making a multiplayer section that's separate to the game. But it drives me nuts when a game comes out and it's really good, but like you know they could have touched up some areas and spent more time on it, and then they have like a shit ass multiplayer. You're like, don't even put it in. Just polish your game. with that
Diminishes
reason.
from the game.
Yeah. Like, why would you waste your resources on multiplayer when you could have like had this beautiful like proper single player game? But whatever. Whatever. So I think we'll move on to movies, and maybe even we'll do this special thing today. We're gonna
Movies and TV shows?
Yes.
I have some interesting
Fine,
news.
TV shows
Okay.
as well.
Shall I?
do go ahead.
Yeah, what is it?
Daredevil Season 2 was released
Ah.
yesterday.
Have you
Oh,
started
day or
it?
two. I watched the first 2 episodes.
Is it any good?
It seems decent enough. They've got the Punisher introduced.
Ooh.
No big spoilers there. But I think the actor, for those of you who've watched The Walking Dead, they've got not the main dude.
I know who
They've
it
got
is.
his
His
best.
sheriff buddy.
his
and
sheriff
stuff.
I
buddy.
saw
Yeah.
a GIF. I was wondering
Yeah.
why I was
Is
seeing
that
a
who
GIF.
I realized? I
always
thought he
wondered
looked
about-
familiar, but
yeah.
I didn't know.
I always thought he was
Okay.
an okay actor.
Yeah,
so hopefully he does.
like as the Punisher. Did
Literally,
they-
he was only like introduced like once, twice. He said like a couple lines.
Yeah.
He seems decent enough. Obviously, we'll wait and
Did
see.
they change the Daredevil outfit? Because
Oh,
I had heard it looked a little different
perhaps next season. Like, sorry, from
from the end of the last season. Because I think some people weren't that happy with it.
maybe there's small updates. To be honest, I didn't really notice too much. I think I noticed it was a little bit different. I don't know, but it was nothing that I really cared about. Like,
Yeah.
his costume is just like an aesthetic thing. It's like, whatever.
Alright.
I don't watch it just for a costume.
Yeah,
How's that new Avengers trailer? Hey, that reveal, hey?
It was the new
What?
Avengers.
That reveal in the new trailer.
Spudamon or
Don't
Spotamon.
tell him if he hasn't seen it.
Spoilers. Spider-Man's in it. It feels like they can't help
They can't.
spoiling their own movie.
They can't because it's not that is a franchise where they're selling the new people they put in it.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. There's movies coming out that they can put surprises in, but Avengers isn't one of them.
No.
Avengers is a movie where they're just like, alright, well, we're just gonna show them what you're gonna get. It's no surprise.
You know what
You're not going
surprise
there
I'm
for the
waiting
story,
for?
you're going for the action,
I'm
basically.
waiting for Deadpool to cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Ooh, why? What? I know they come from the same universe, but
That's what I'm waiting for.
That's-
That'll be a twist I'm
Well,
looking forward to.
I see how he's going to cameo. He could cameo in the X-Men.
Yeah.
Or he
easily
could
easily the X-Men.
I think most easily he'd cameo into what is it, Spider-Man.
I kind of heard
yes. I always think of Spider-Man. I don't know why.
Spider-Man.
Like
I
that-
thought that was a joke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
that
do I.
stupid joke. It's
I just
Joke.
hope that they don't
Ruin it.
have too much of him in it. They're just
Yeah.
gonna take away from whatever movie he's in.
That's the
That
thing.
is
It's like
very
whatever
true.
movie he gets put into, his
it's going to become
automatically
a
the
dominant
comic.
force.
He's a
Yeah.
loud, obnoxious character. It's
Which
gonna
is
be hard
great.
to. How do
Which
you
is
put in a loud,
fantastic.
obnoxious character without like giving him too much power?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're gonna have a movie like an X-Men. I don't know what they'll have. You'll have a movie and he'll be like a special guy showing up.
The
and
way
then
I think they do it is
I'm just worried that he's gonna show up in a movie that's actually pretty good.
yeah.
And then everyone's gonna come out and be like, blah blah blah. Oh, and Deadpool was
Then again-
awesome,
Then
even though
again,
he was only
the
in for
other
5
movies
minutes.
have just gotten kind of bland, and he's just
They
an
have.
injection of different.
Yeah.
All right. But apparently
Injection.
there's going to be a new Indiana Jones.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck.
Indiana Jones
Jones
5.
5.
Curse of the Monkey Jade Skull.
Is
it
that
really
actually what it's
bad?
called?
No, fucked if I know.
Okay.
But that would be a fitting title.
What else? So we've had
And it's not a
aliens.
reboot or anything. It's like an actual sequel one with Harrison Ford.
Sequel
I
for what?
don't mind Harrison.
I like Harrison Ford, but he's a little old for the character now.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd have to agree.
I really hope it's not a follow-on from the fourth one, because I hated that movie so much.
That movie sucked.
That was
Hopefully they
so
retcon
awful.
it. Maybe it'll just be a dream and he'll wake up.
They're fucking bleeding it dry.
Or
Yeah.
at the very least, they'll do like they do in the first Avengers movie with Thor, where his girlfriend is like, where is she? She is in Antarctica, and that is where she is staying.
God,
for
I
the
just
duration
remember
of the
how
movie.
bad the fucking fourth one was.
So it's like his son and his wife wasn't too bad.
No,
but
the
his
fourth
son
one
at
was
least is
like
gone.
the fourth one is terrible.
Yeah.
Like everything in that movie is terrible.
Yeah.
There was like, seriously like nothing redeeming about that movie.
Not even the death
Not
scenes.
nothing was redeeming. What was
yeah.
it? It was crap. I'm remembering that movie and how terrible it
It
is.
was
I'm so
very
tempted to
forgettable.
actually do like a review of that movie, but it's just so terrible.
More like a drunken review of that
More like
movie, I
the
think.
drunken rant.
Let's drank.
Let's drink.
You should be drunk. to
We
watch that
should
movie.
do drunken reviews of like like movies where you just don't want to actually do a proper like breakdown review of it.
Yeah.
Just like a drunken rant or two.
Just
Yeah.
one where we're just sitting going, "The
See
fuck
something
is that?
Yeah.
Could you imagine watching Zardos?
Why? Oh my god, Zardos is amazing though.
Yeah.
You know what? Zardos
never
would be
seen
great on
that.
like
It
acid or
is
something.
confusing.
But-
It's like 1 minute it'll be, wow, this is really good
I
future dystopian sci-fi, and then the next minute you'll be going, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
There's obviously
that
hits
is so
of LSD
stupid.
done in between
What
the
is
ride.
Do you
going
reckon? Do you reckon Zardos is like? The thing is, I've never really tried that stuff. But do you reckon it would be? It sounds like a movie for like someone to trip out to. Zardos.
Dude, I wouldn't know.
I don't know
I don't know if
about
it's like
that.
a weird tripping out movie. Maybe it's a little bit too over the
I
top.
was surprised you haven't watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, actually.
I still haven't watched that.
That is a really good film.
Yes, yes, quite.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
like
also watched a bit more of Supernatural.
Supernatural.
Has much supernatural stuff been happening?
Oh, no, they're just literally just filing their taxes, you know. Just the
Oh,
usual.
nice.
No, it's good. I'm up to like season 3. I'm enjoying it.
Have you...
Like, apparently after season 5, they changed writing stuff and it goes a little bit downhill. Like, apparently it's still decent.
Yeah.
But the original writers only planned it for 5 seasons.
I
and
just
after
think
that
the two
they
main
left
characters are
something
dreamy.
and-
Okay.
They're
Have you
really
tried
dreamy.
the animated version? Because I think that's the only thing I've seen.
Say what so?
Ooh.
I didn't even know there
Ooh.
was. So.
I think there is. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and there was an animated version of it.
Oh, dude, it's probably fucking animated X-Files. There's animated Star Trek, so of course there's going to be animated
Has anyone
Supernatural.
seen the Animatrix? Because I gotta watch
I
that.
remember
I've
I
been told
watched it
that
as a
it's really
child.
Okay.
No, I've
That
been
gave
told that's
me
really
nightmares as a child.
What's that?
I was horrified.
The Animatrix.
as a
I
child,
heard it's
yeah.
really good. I haven't watched that yet. I gotta
I
watch it.
think it was okay, but
You know, Mars Attacks gave me nightmares.
Yeah,
Ah.
Mars
Which
Attacks
is
gave
so
me
strange
nightmares.
because thinking, like, watching it now, I'm like, this
Yeah.
is a
this
really
is
funny comedy.
comedic. Yeah, I
But
like.
even now, when I hear that, gak gak gak,
Gak, gak, gak, gak, gak, gak,
I'm just like, the hell? So weird. I
Yeah.
think I watched that when I was too young. I was like 6.
Well, yeah. What was
7.
the most horrific thing you've seen as a child, like in terms of TV shows and stuff? Like a lot of people say.
I thought I was gonna have to
We
say
didn't
my
watch
whole
Aliens
family
till
dead.
we were
then.
No,
actually.
Well, apparently mine's weird. Like I almost feel embarrassed. to
Oh,
admit
I
this.
got it. Wait, I got mine. So, Sleepy
What?
Hollow. Now your turn.
I can't quite remember what it was called. It was like
I was
some
really young. It freaked
some
me out.
comedy movie where there was a scene where a cow gave birth, and apparently the cow giving birth scarred me. Like dead
Huh.
set, I've
So,
repressed
do you wanna
that
go to
memory.
the file?
Apparently,
Is it? We
no, but
watching,
I've seen that stuff
were you
now, and
watching
it's not
League of
fine.
Gentlemen where he's trying to help the cow give birth and he uses the wrong hole
Yeah.
and he
I don't even know.
pulls
No,
out the okay.
pulls out its
Because I could
intestines.
understand that giving you nightmares. That's a really good show, actually.
But yeah, mine was Sleepy
If you're,
Hollow,
like,
and I was always
Christopher
scared of
Traditional.
like the hollow, the guy with no that
Which is weird
headless
because I
horseman coming for
loved
me.
that movie. As
And
a
also
kid.
like
I don't know
the
why.
Iron Maiden freaked me out.
Yeah,
I
I
remember the Iron
what
Maiden.
else scared me. I can't remember.
I don't think we watched
But we
many
didn't-
scary
Tetanus
movies as
No,
kids.
we
me.
did. It's just we were Tetris.
Tetanus.
Tetanus, you know.
Oh, I thought you said
Tetanus.
Tetris.
Okay.
Tetris, like scary.
Oh no!
Why do the blocks keep coming? Where do they go?
Well,
The L doesn't fit in.
ever since,
Oh no! What's the other
was
shape?
Tetris
The one
in
that's like
pixels?
down.
Yeah, the
Across
weird
and down.
Z,
Yeah,
like
it
Harry
doesn't
Potter
fit
like
in.
design.
It doesn't fit in.
Wait, was Tetris in the movie Pixels?
Probably, man.
Because that movie would give you nightmares. If I mean,
Yeah.
it was
But-
not.
My
Yeah.
waifu.
What?
What?
I don't.
Isn't like the dude that has like the fake waifu thing.
I
That
don't
made
know. I've never watched that movie
absolutely
yet.
no sense.
But-
Yeah.
I mean, like, absolutely.
As in
no
my
sense.
statement or in the movie?
No, in the movie. The
But
movie made no sense.
We'll move on to the TV shows we've been watching this
Yeah.
week, which has been The Strain.
Yep.
Mm.
Gotta say,
Mm.
really enjoying The Strain. When season 1, episode 5.
Yeah,
What's
fine.
Del Toro up to now?
Well, the thing is, we found out it's not directed by him.
I think
It was
might
made in
be-
conjunction
but
with.
no, I
sort
think
of.
he is the
I think he
writer.
co-wrote the
Is it?
book.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly how. Maybe he did some of
But
those.
it's
things,
really
but
good
whatever.
because what it does, it basically does still allow them to do a sort of zombie vampire thing. It's very iffy if it's like supernatural. We don't think so though. I think it's more.
There might be some supernatural.
No,
well,
because
we,
I think
we
it's
aren't
still-
that far
You
into
can
it
still
yet.
have like a communication between them without supernatural stuff. It's mainly going for like, how do you have a sort of vampire thing? How do you like make vampire mythology while sort of having it actually real?
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Because that one
It's
bit I
Parasite.
saw, yeah, with the weird. Yeah, I thought that was weird.
I liked.
It is.
I've liked
it's
it a
very
lot
strange.
so far.
You'll have-
No, that's
Yeah,
still
I'll
horror.
have to
like-
watch that. I'll have
It's
to watch
very good.
Very
it's a nice
violent.
to check out.
Although it almost ruined something for me when there's a Canadian show called Corner Gas that finished a few years ago.
it. Okay, yep, I don't know.
It
of
was a
but-
charming little comedy, and one of the characters turned up, and I'm like, oh, it's Karen, the cop from that TV show, and then she dies brutally 2 seconds later. I was like,
Ah.
my childhood.
Well,
But no, that was
weird
good.
Canadian cops.
But
Isn't
I reckon-
Fargo any good?
Fargo's great.
Fargo's not Canadian though. It's
Yeah, it's
I
not
was like
Canadian.
Alaskan or something.
no, it's
Like it was a
one of the
snowy sort of
Midwestern
thing.
states.
Anyway, guys, let's go into our
Apparently, Fargo was really good though. Yeah.
the greatest bit in this podcast will be the
Jared tries.
What do you mean?
It's-
We try. I'm
it's
having a
Byte
bit.
Club tries. We're trying some shapes.
Yeah, there's some different shapes they're trying. Every now and again, they'll try to bring out different flavors for some reason.
Now
But
the
these
one,
are not standard shapes.
yeah, we'll just open the
Would you
package.
quickly
up.
open them now? Crackle! No!
What?
No, it's
what's
okay.
your favorite shape flavor? Anyway,
Pizza.
mine too. Oh no, I hate pizza.
Okay.
Barbecue. I love barbecue.
So what I want
Yeah,
you to
pizza's
do.
great.
I can
Greater than
only
barbecue
eat the
is-
barbecue.
Dude, I eat barbecue by the
So
box.
let's-
So before
explain
you
what's
eat
on the
it,
box
what I
first.
feel like you. Okay, so what's on my box
What's
is
in the box?
I am holding the Shapes Extreme Loaded Mexican Mania.
Yeah, what flavor is that?
Guess what box
Loaded
I'm
Mexican
holding,
Mania.
guys?
So
No
unless I
box.
eat this and taste an actual Mexican
what's-
person,
Now, what's
I'm
the
gonna
one
be
you're
very
holding?
disappointed.
What's the
I
one
am
you're
holding Extreme Mega Cheeseburger, which
Okay.
doesn't sound that extreme compared to Loaded
Now,
Mexican
take a
Mania.
sniff. What does yours smell like? The Mega Cheeseburger?
Very cheesy, actually, very cheesy, with maybe a bit of barbecue sauce.
Alright, let's
That
have a
smells
sniff.
gross. That actually, you know what that smells like? That smells like a soggy burger.
That smells
Yeah.
like soggy foot burger.
Now, what
yeah.
does
Ew, God, that smells
what
bad.
does
This one
Mexican
smells a lot
Mania
better.
taste like?
Let's have a sniff.
Mexican Mania smells more like herbs and spices.
Oh, okay, yeah. That smells a lot more herby.
You can smell the spices, but I'm looking for some Mexican Mania far over that soggy burger
So,
smell.
do you want to read out the really bad marketing campaign?
Oh,
that's on
Jesus,
it?
bad. And try not to drop them on my thing. I don't want to smell
flavor-
like soggy burger.
A flavor hit so intense it beats doing a 720 in a fighter jet.
In a what? A 720.
So not a 360, a 720.
Which I think is bullshit.
Isn't that a barrel roll?
No, I have no idea.
I'm
what
not
they're trying to
familiar
say.
with Pilot and the Mech the
All I know is
They're
that's
trying
crap.
really hard to make it sound epic and extreme. Do you really want to eat epic and extreme food all the
Sometimes
time?
I just want something that tastes like a burger. I wanted to say a flavor that really tastes like a burger. It's actually cool because wow, that tastes
It's actually
a lot
cool
like
because wow.
because that tastes like a burger. Now you just had a bite before everyone else has, but
Asshole.
It looks like-
Actually,
really, let me try some. Just don't smell it is your main thing.
it actually does taste a lot like a burger. I
It
think
smells terrible.
it tastes like, you know, when you've got the mustard and the mayo and
Yeah,
the
there's
tomato
mustard.
sauce.
Yeah, I got the mustard there.
Yep.
It actually does taste a bit like
I would not like to eat that. Sorry.
it does taste a bit like the cheeseburger, but I don't think
Imagine that.
These.
See, that would not taste out of place inside a Macca's cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's exactly. This
Yeah,
tastes like
it's
a
like a
Macca's
crappy
cheeseburger.
Macca's cheeseburger. Like, I wouldn't want to eat these, but it actually does taste like.
Well, if you guys don't want
cheeseburger.
them, I'll take
Oh, that's why I can taste the pickle.
them. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Not a good pickle. None of this is good. Imagine you've got a soggy Macca's cheeseburger, and now you've like crushed it up, and that's what it tastes like.
Yeah,
Dried it up and powdered and sprinkled it on a
it's
shake.
not terrible though. You can imagine if you took all the meat and all the lettuce and all the tomatoes out, and you just had pickles and mustard with maybe a bit of tomato sauce in between two pieces of bread. That'd be sort of what this tastes like.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, I'm
We'll
moving
move
on
on
to the
to
more promising one.
Loaded Mexican, which honestly smells a lot better. Says a flavor experience so epic it beats free falling from the edge of the universe.
Does the universe
Which
even
is-
have an edge? Apparently,
That
these
just
people know.
raises
They
so
say
many
yes.
questions.
Well, the thing is, the universe isn't a flat, two-dimensional thing.
Where's the edge? I mean,
So
at
that
least
doesn't
with
make any
At least with the
sense.
jet, it made sense.
Yeah.
Even if it was stupid.
This is the problem with people who don't go to school and pay attention.
Well, not
They
even
say
that. It's just stupid over the top
shit
marketing.
like this, like the edge of the universe. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, explain. We got like, I don't know. It's just the problem is
Jared,
they're looking at it as a
sounds
flat
epic.
2D thing, right? Because whenever you see
How do you
representation,
fall in space?
no, but that's what I'm saying. They're looking at
See,
it
they
as a
think
flat
of it as
2D.
like a galaxy, which
Yes,
it
but they-
seems like it's flat because
but-
it has a plane.
But they're not looking at it as a three-dimensional
or axis sort
thing.
of Yeah.
That's the problem. So they're just saying, "Oh, well, you get to the edge and you fall." No, it's not fucking like
Does it even have
flat.
an
It's
edge?
not
Yeah.
2D.
So okay, let's try what they taste like.
And I'm gonna send a tweet right to
Angry
Shapes.
tweet.
What does that even mean? Now we love shapes usually. It's just
I don't mind it. It's pretty good. It's alright.
yeah.
Would actually be good with some salsa.
But what? This is the annoying part. You
A
don't know
little
what
bit
they're
strong
meant to
off the
taste like.
start. A little tangy.
No, I like that. Okay, so potatoes, onions, and tomatoes. Flavor and cheese. Okay. Jalapeno pepper. So, yeah, it's got some nice things.
That tastes a lot better than the other one. The
I
other
think-
one just tastes like tomato sauce, like the flavouring.
I think they put cheese on it. I think it would have been better without that.
But of course, I have to put cheese.
Yeah, I know, this is a lot better than the
Ah,
Aussie one.
I sent a message off to the guy who's making Stardew Valley, one of the people. I said, "Where's the polygamy?" And I just looked at my tweet notifications, and a few people have liked that tweet, which is polygamy and LR peace talk. But yeah, polygamy apparently liked my tweet.
Huh.
Which it always is like, I love the bots that like stuff.
Typical SJW, Jared. Always going on about polygamy and their rights. Yeah.
I know, it's a bit crazy.
That's you, Jared.
But yeah, so that was just something we randomly did for no reason at all because,
Well, we just saw them and just
we
thought they were
bought them
interesting.
and we were like, hey, let's do that thing everyone hates.
I definitely don't think
By
that
crunching on food in front of a mic.
Oh, it's
Mm.
beautiful. That's exactly what people wanted. But yeah, I believe that could be the Byte Club for this week, unless if anyone else has anything else they want to talk about regarding video games.
Remember,
What video games are you playing this week?
Fear the Rise of the Reds.
Okay.
No. Joking aside,
Any video games planned for this week, Silvio?
Probably.
Anything new?
I've managed to recover my Dark Souls saves.
Oh, shit!
Because, well, for a bit of backstory, so I was up to finish Dark Souls 2. I was just about to do the last boss fight. But I thought, you know what? I've got this DLC stuff. Before I get to New Game Plus, I want to finish off the DLC, farm a bit more.
When does Dark Souls 3 come out?
In the next month or so, I think. I'm not
The next
100%
month?
sure.
I'm not going to be able to beat Dark Souls 2 in the time.
Maybe in the next month or two. I'm not too
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I know it comes out soon, but regardless of that. And then, so yeah, I'm doing a bit of the DLC. And then Windows 10 decided it was going to do an update. And it was a big, crazy update. And during the process, it updated and it appeared as though I lost almost all my files to the point where I had to re-download Steam. I had to re-download my browsers. It still had my game and stuff. And it had some of my saves of some games that were cloud saved.
Yep.
Those that were local were gone. So I genuinely thought I'd lost all my progress, and I was really pissed off.
Used a cloud save before.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you have.
I'm sure you have. Some games still have it by default.
Picked it, but yeah.
But anyway,
Almost
so the
certainly
updates
have.
were done, and all my files were back, and it was great.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
good.
hopefully I'll be playing a bit more of that, a bit more Stardew, a bit more Darkest
So your
Dungeon,
plan
a bit
is
more
like-
Europa.
Wow, it's a lot.
Because keep in mind we get the Easter break as well.
Oh, yes, we do.
Half of next week, or half of this week.
Yes.
And then the other half of the other week.
Well, my
Happy
plan is
Easter,
to
everybody.
Happy Easter!
really getting on with a few of my video games. So as I was saying with the games that I'll be playing this week, it's probably going to be Metro Last Light. And I know I've gotten an Xbox set up and everything, but it's probably honestly just going to be Metro Last Light because I've got a lot due this week.
Yeah.
How about yourself, Ethan?
Well, like I said, I'll be buying and playing Sheltered, trying that out. As well as that, I've got a lot of games I want to finish that I just haven't got around to. Fallout 4, Bloodborne. Okay, Fallout 4 and Bloodborne's about it. But yeah,
You got to finish Bloodborne. You're right at the end.
yeah, I'm literally...
You have no
It's one
reason
of those
not to
things
finish
where it's
it.
like if
I've
we're
hit the final boss, I've leveled up so high.
honestly, if we're here next week and you haven't beaten Bloodborne, you just got to stop the podcast, go beat Bloodborne, come back and say, "Hey, guess what? I beat Bloodborne."
Oh, and Transistor.
Transistor's amazing. I was
Also,
actually thinking
Tales
of
of the
buying one for
Borderlands.
this. Jesus Christ.
There are all these games that I'm
You
up to,
fucked
like,
up. You've done something really
I
bad
get
because
to-
you've started a whole heap of games.
I haven't just started them. I've gotten to the end of the games, and I just haven't finished them.
You gotta finish them. You can't do that.
It's just
That's
something
just
I
wrong.
do a
The
lot.
game police will come and beat you.
They're gonna come. They're gonna beat you and say, "What's wrong with you?
See, no one...
Is this game not good
Oh
enough
my
for
god.
you?"
It's just
Talk
right
about
there.
funnies. There are some great just for laugh
I knew you
gags.
were gonna say that.
No, there are some great ones
I
out.
knew he was gonna bring
Leave
up
just for laughs.
I do the only-
Vlogs.
They're the
Alright,
only
thanks,
real
everyone.
prank channel.
We'll
Remember,
have some links in the description
for Just for Laughs.
Just for laughs. No problem. So see you next week on next week's episode of the Byte Club.
Bye.
Bye.